Good Thursday, everyone. I'm meteorologist Dave Snyder at the National Weather Service with Alaska's statewide weather. High pressure is sitting west of the Bering Strait, but low pressure is working up over Kodiak Island at this hour at 985 millibars, coupled with high pressure across Vancouver and parts of British Columbia. It's acting as a powerful conveyor belt of moisture and warm air over the Gulf of Alaska. Of course, for those in the interior, all you're thinking about is cold, and in some areas a little bit of fog. With that, the warm air running up on top of it, it looks like a pretty good and efficient weather maker for south central, Kodiak Island, southwestern Alaska, and southeast, getting pummeled with areas of rain and some heavy snow there. As such, and as you would imagine, many warnings, watches, and advisories are posted for many parts, in fact, almost all of Alaska. Starting with southeast, winter storm warnings continue for many parts of southeast, at least until 6 o'clock in the morning on Friday. For many areas around south central, winter weather advisories for areas of freezing rain and accumulating snow. Blizzard warnings are in effect for parts of the Alaska Range, especially near the crest of the Alaska Range. Some areas will be under a winter storm watch as we go into Saturday morning. For parts of the Tanana Valley, the Yukon Flats, and the surrounding interior regions, including the central interior, winter weather advisories are in effect there, and winter storm watches for parts of the lower Koyukuk and middle Yukon valleys and the lower Yukon Valley, with the western tip of the Seward Peninsula under a high surf advisory, and the central Beaufort and eastern Beaufort seacoast under blizzard warnings at least until 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. If you're exhausted from hearing that, well, it goes both ways. Looks like low pressure is working across the Mat-Su and Susitna Valley by Friday night. With that, warmer air may be brought into the region, enough so that freezing rain continues to be an issue for some parts of south central. But the cold air won't be too far behind it. With that, another round of snow may work over the region. Chance of snow continues through Saturday for south central and parts of southeast, though the transition for southeast will gradually be more toward rainfall as we get into the weekend. Another storm's working out of the North Pacific. That's at 988 millibars, working toward the eastern Aleutians. It'll still be on the south side as we start the weekend, but snow is wrapping into the Arctic coast and the North Slope, looking at accumulating snow there, especially north of the Brooks Range as we start up the weekend, as colder air continues to work its way in behind the latest round of storms across south central. With Alaska's statewide weather, I'm meteorologist Dave Snyder. Find us online anytime at weather.gov.